Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. And as always, we have our 3 piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, there is a link in the description box. You can book one there. And that being said, I will leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen this little slice of agate, then this one is for you. And same as last week, group 1, I'm feeling already drawn to group 2, even though I haven't done that group yet, so there may be a link there. I'm feeling drawn in the exact same way as I was last week, so you might like to watch both. But anyway, group 1, when I look at this particular crystal, all I'm thinking about is how you might be changing on a cellular level, something like the core of your being. There's a big transformation happening when I'm looking at this. And when I did a Google last time on the agate slate, I got transformation of negative thoughts into positive thoughts, enhancing mental function, concentration, and analytical abilities. Soothing anger and instilling a sense of security and safety. So that may be what's going on for you, group 1. Let's jump into the cards, see what's happening. It looks like a turbulent time, perhaps. There's challenge here, but there's also ownership of your personal power here, which I'm really loving too. So underlying energy over here, it is the 3 of Swords. So there's pain in this situation. It's not easy. There's heartbreak here, potentially. Let's have a look. Hopefully that washing machine isn't too loud over there. We have in the past energy the Hermit, the 5 of Pentacles, and Strength. So I'm seeing Virgo and Leo's energy here. That could be a highlighted time of year for you. So August, September last year, or even August, September this year. Aries is here as well, I've got to say. And so is Libra. It's okay if your sign is represented or not, it doesn't matter too much. So in the past energy, with the Hermit, 5 of Pentacles, and Strength, there's certainly been time alone, time distanced from a situation. You may have left a situation behind, or perhaps somebody else has left you behind. Take it how it resonates. But what I'm seeing here is a time alone, time to try to recuperate from something extremely painful or difficult. This could have resulted in poor health, financial struggles, and just that perhaps also trigger of abandonment wound from the past as well here. So there's a lot of things that have been coming to the surface based on this situation. It certainly triggered a lot of different memories for you perhaps, but it's also got you seeking as well, seeking more stability, seeking more strength, seeking answers, seeking the truth. Bursting through illusions here as well. Like, I think it's really, it's like it almost feels like you could probably call it a rock bottom energy, in that there's only one way to go, which is up. And that's what I do feel is happening for you here too. So even if you're in the darkness of it right now, maybe you're already on the incline, do know that this will actually propel you forwards into a really good place. The darkness you need to move through in this situation. You've got the strength here. I think it's also about overcoming this, I was going to say like a lower nature to repeat an old pattern. That's what it feels like as well, is there? And that's something you're really trying to strengthen and overcome. So in the current energy, and as we move into the week ahead, there is the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. So this situation may be really literally haunting your dreams, or having you constantly in your mind thinking about the past and what has happened, and maybe even anxieties about the future and what is going to happen. The 4 of Cups, I think for some of you, take it how it resonates. This could be you, it could be the other energy I'm sort of picking up on in this reading, where there's a fear of rejection here in the current energy, in the current time. So you might be fearing that something you really want isn't going to happen, or somebody may really want to reach out to you and they are fearful that they're not going to get the results they'd like. So at the current time, things just are perhaps not working out in the way you would like, or you just completely, as her t-shirt says here, over it. As we move into the week ahead though, we have got the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. I like seeing the Emperor bang in the middle of the reading here because it shows that you are really stepping into your own authority here, and you're creating more stability and strength, just as that agate slice suggests as well, instilling security and safety. And that's your biggest wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups here as well. You want a new start, you want to own your power, you want to maybe even reinvent yourself in quite a big way. I feel like you're wanting to really get a hold of your career or your social status, your financial status, and grow things and just really become massively strong. So as we also proceed into the week ahead, we have got the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords here as well. So this could be a number of things. You could have somebody who's wanting a wish fulfillment with you, and the Queen of Swords is here to say boundaries need to be asserted and will be asserted, truth will be told, and the Ten of Swords is there at the end. So it's to say that for stability, for your wish fulfillment, the stability you want in your life, the things that you see for yourself, the success you see in your journey ahead. It's like you may have come to realize what's required and what needs to go. Sorry, I'm having trouble speaking, so that might also be a factor for you as well. You might have trouble really verbalizing that truth, but maybe, this week, not so much. So maybe current energy in that Nine of Swords, it might be hard to think about, but as we get into the week ahead with the Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords, there's no problem at all here with speaking the truth. You're clearing away the confusion and putting an ultimate ending to something that is no good for you. You deserve better is what I'm really feeling in this instance. Really, really deserving better. So there's certain things that you want more strength. Perhaps it's literal strength in your body. So you're saying, right, no more of this. I'm not going to repeat this behavior anymore. I'm going to really pull it in, and I'm going to focus on my fitness or my strength. I'm going to focus on building that stability. I'm not going to go back to this old pattern. I'm really going to do what's required here to step into my power. So in the challenge, we've got the Knight of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So I get a few messages from this one. For some of you, the challenge is that there is a person who would like reconnection with you, Six of Wands and the Three of Cups, and they would like it very quickly perhaps. This person might be very demanding of your attention or your time, perhaps even the whole world. For some of you might feel like the world is demanding of your attention and your time, and things might be feeling like they're a bit too, I don't know, I just felt like in your face energy. So you might be feeling like someone is in your face a little bit. Maybe I'd like to clarify some of these cards in the challenge. So I feel as well this is like numerous things. I think this is also about like making new friends and building a new life for yourself, or building some sense of success or stability and being noticed for your work and all the hard work you've put in, like separate from a different, like I feel like there's one part, maybe it's a really unhealthy relationship, and what you're really wanting to move towards your career or towards a different area where the success is. Temperance is there. Things are building up nice and slowly for you. Magician, wow. I love that. And the Knight of Wands is there as well, the Knight of Swords. So, I see this as a few different things, because partially the challenge is immature energies that are, you may have to deal with at times. But the other side of the challenge is just you growing into your own natural abilities and talents, and like giving yourself the space to grow and connecting with people that are actually supporting you supporting yourself, acknowledging how far you've come, letting the healing take place, letting yourself step into this magician power might be the challenge sometimes. Acknowledging your victories, overcoming really harsh energies, just believing in yourself, giving yourself authority, power, and permission perhaps as well. What will help with this challenge is the Seven of Wands, Judgment, and the Seven of Cups. choose wisely is what I felt when I saw the Seven of Cups. You're going to have lots of things put forward towards you, maybe lots of options. I've just got so many at once then, where it was like options, oh my god, options of different supplements and health journeys you could take, or oh my goodness, options of different people you could date or potentially talk to or see or whatever. Like you really need to be very discerning at this time, is what I'm feeling here, and follow that angel's guidance. With this Judgment here in the center, it's like you screw what anyone else is saying or what anyone else wants from you or for you. This is a real time to just follow your own inner guidance, and that inner guidance is leading you towards more discipline in an area, and it's also leading you towards more enlightenment and more structure, more stability. There's so much here for you, but it also requires you to tell someone else to get stuffed potentially, or a no. Seven of Wands, defend yourself, protect yourself, do what is necessary to draw a line in the sand. And then with the Seven of Cups, it actually is a good thing for you to explore your options as well, to start opening up your horizons to different things, doing some research, seeing what else is out there for you. But again, being discerning and choosing carefully. As we can see, these cups here, we've got a tornado that's really standing out for me as one of them, and the other one was the cup of money. So that might be the two major ones here for you. Chaos and stability and money, which is interesting because you do actually have the Oracle card money, and it says finances, power, generosity and abundance, and that is about the flow of money, giving and receiving generously to create more flow with money. It also does show the balance between the two koi fish, and also the coins and notes here. It's right there in clear water, so it's actually easy for you to grab. It's easy for you to give as well. So in further guidance, we have got the Tower, the Seven of Swords and the King of Cups. This can be a very manipulative energy you're dealing with, emotionally manipulative particularly. Somebody who's perhaps played on your heartstrings or known how to get to you in certain ways. I do feel that the situation is ending, disintegrating, dissolving. The Tower is here, Seven of Swords is here. This behavior, I feel like when we see the Knight of Wands here, the Knight of Swords, they're definitely dealing with somebody who perhaps self-sabotages. And it's just not an energy you want to be engaged with anymore, whether it's in your own identity, your own patterns. You can identify this energy within yourself, or if it's within another person. What I'm seeing here is that it is time for this to really go from your life. With the Tower, the Seven of Swords, this could be lies and betrayal. We did see the Three of Swords, Seven of Swords. That is behavior that is manipulative and dishonest. And with the King of Cups here as well, there's certainly maybe a situation that's played on your feelings. It doesn't have to be a king, or it's a general reading, so maybe feminine energy, it doesn't matter. But it is also, I feel that there may be times when you've seen something for your life, or something you may have wanted or you believed that wasn't quite true. There's illusion here to it, and so there may be times where you felt like it's hard to tell the message between the head and the heart, or what to choose, and so you may have led yourself towards a Tower moment thinking that things were actually going to be very different, and that's not the case. So there's another area here of you taking the time to really learn from that, learn a lot of strength from that situation. And in the outcome, we have the Five of Swords, Justice, and the Eight of Swords. So we have so I just got a little distracted. A notification came up for my earphones that are arriving today. I'm so excited because I have been not enjoying the gym without them. Anyway, so here we are, the Five of Swords, Justice, and the Eight of Swords. So this is it. This is it. 100%. There's a situation that has made you feel entrapped and powerless, and it is not going to be the case any longer. Justice is bang on in the center of this outcome. You've got Emperor in the center of your week. Judgment in the center of the guidance of what will help with the challenge. So looking at all of those really empowered energies, Judgment, Emperor, and Justice, there will be consequences. There must be consequences, and boundaries, and I think you may be delivering some of those this week. It may be delivered from the universe as well. You're not always sure how this energy can play out, but what I do see here is you being set free from something that has once been extremely hard to release yourself from. In the oracle cards for this reading, you have got Neptune, which is a card of, well, Neptune can be the planet of illusions and imagination, and can also lead to addictions and things like that as well. So with Neptune showing up in this reading and everything else we've seen here, it does look like it is time to see things clearly and for what they are. I would also say it's a good time for you to be connecting with your divination practices, connecting with your cards, your meditations, your intuition, and also holding vision for that life you're creating. Holding vision for that as well, and start sending those beautiful imaginative qualities you have into the right direction, instead of perhaps worrying. Send that worry energy into prayer energy. So we have waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. I love that for you. You also have success, and that is what we're seeing in this reading, that you will be gaining strength that brings you more success. The challenge has got the Temperance and the Magician. It's like the time that it takes for you to really step into your power and prove this to yourself. When we see the success card as well, it is to say that success is at hand for you, and that's right next to these finances, generosity and abundance card as well. So there is a lot to be gained from this situation, even though you may find yourself lacking and maybe feeling powerless right now. It's from that place that will push you to grow into more success and abundance. The self-care prompts for this reading, you have movement. I love that. Some beautiful yoga, tree pose might be special to hold for a little longer. You have exercise. Enjoy yourself enough to exercise and enjoy the glow of good health. I'm absolutely loving exercising at the moment. It's been really, really good, and a lot of people I'm connecting to are feeling that way too. And I love that they both came from different decks, a wonderful synchronicity. We have home needs TLC, so maybe some deep spring cleaning, maybe getting into those grooves where the dust lies, just sort of clearing out that space. It's also a representation of your inner sanctum, so it might be nice to do a cleanse and a release on the inside too. You have avoid toxic people, but also toxic substances, poisons, things that are not good for your system. But also we have a release what doesn't serve me. So anything that you know that is toxic, it is time for that to go, so that you can have the stability and success that you're looking for here. And this week is an empowering week for all of that energy. So group 1, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it has resonated with you and given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye group 1. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the Girasol pendulum, then this one is for you. And as always, when we choose the pendulum, you will get a yes or no question at the end of the reading. So stay tuned for that. You might like to think about how you'd like to word your question as the reading goes on. So, Girasol, it is a beautiful stone for enhancing creativity in your business and practical areas of life. So maybe balancing out spirituality and practicality, which is actually a card here on the table. Enhances and solidifies your sense of feeling. It's a beautiful stone, and even having that it is attached to the pendulum, it makes me feel like, divination practices, scrying, things like that, which is kind of what your reading is actually all about. There's an insane amount of intuitive cards on this table, and I wasn't surprised when the first card out was actually the High Priestess, because the first 2 oracle cards are Pisces cards as well. There's a lot of Pisces energy in this reading. There's also Virgo energy here, studious energy, Cancer and Leo here as well. So really beautiful, bright, homely, comfortable energy as well, compassionate energy. It's a beautiful reading. So let's jump straight into the past. We have the High Priestess, the Hermit, and the Six of Swords. So what I'm seeing here, of course, looking at the imagery as well, isn't it beautiful, where you have perhaps been spending a bit of time out just connecting to yourself and connecting to your spirit. Maybe just distancing yourself from a bit of the worldly turbulence, just to connect into your inner sanctum and find a bit of peace. You may have been meditating, you may have been studying and reading up on different things that enhance your perceptions, broadening your horizons, digging deep, stretching out, maybe even some beautiful practices at home that help you connect to your body and to your intuition. So we also have the Six of Swords here too, even more beautiful, graceful energy. And see how the imagery here, she's going from a bit of a wasteland into, you know, the magic, the fairies. And that might be what's happening for you in your world. You might be finding that you're connecting more to the magic in life and inside yourself, inside your children, and just everyday mundane, seemingly mundane. You're finding the magic there. You're also, by the looks of this, you might have withdrawn yourself from a situation that's a bit harsh of heart or a bit uneasy to handle, and you might be just finding a bit of peace as you release as something old. Some of this is also very pent up in self-doubt. I think there's a bit of that here too, that you're just sort of trying to release that and trust your intuition more and trust yourself more. Trust listening to your body and listening to what comes up, listening to those needs, because I think there's one thing to connect and listen to it, but then to actually follow through with the guidance you receive is another step again. So current energy and where you find yourself this week, it is absolutely beautiful. And I just want to bring up the Six of Swords again, just in case some of the people in this group are actually following over from group 1, because there was a really strong tie there again last week. A lot of group 2s may not connect to group 1, but a lot of group 1s will connect to group 2, if that makes sense. So I just do want to say here as well, with I'll pull up this card also, we do have Release here from Sacred Destiny Oracle, and both of these cards together are such a beautiful omen that you are moving through something that it does feel like a bit of a portal. It feels like a birth canal. You're really moving through something here and releasing. You're leaving something old behind. There's a lot of wisdom here. I'm just really noticing autumn as well. You may be in the southern hemisphere enjoying autumn. There's a lot of autumn imagery actually, I've just noticed as I look down, but anyway. There's also a lot of spring. You might be in the north, so we're covered. All right, so in the current energy in the week ahead, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Sun. Gorgeous, beautiful energy. I love it so much. We have Nine of Pentacles as well. We also have two aces. I'll grab them in a moment, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. But what I'm seeing here is you grounding that practicality and spirituality, absolutely. With these energies are very grounded, but also very connected to your sense of feeling and who you are on the inside. And then that being connected with who you are on the outside. So I do see this from the inside out sort of transformation here. But you're connecting more to natural medicines, herbs, everything that the earth has to offer you with the Queen of Pentacles. This is really connected to your body, connected to the cycles of nature, learning more, understanding more, nurturing more. The Chariot here as well, the Sun, the Nine of Pentacles, you're moving in a direction that brings you a lot more experience, a lot more substance and understanding. There's a lot of positivity here. The Sun is bang on in the center. You're moving into a positive time. You're moving into a time of growth and self-expression. Independence as well. You're looking at a lot of family here too. You can see a lot of people in these cards. So for some of you, that may be balancing out your time spent socializing with friends and family and being all that you need to be for the outside world, but then also connecting and taking that time out for yourself to achieve your own personal goals, study and learn the things you want to learn, and meet those goals that you've got. Because what I'm seeing here is all of your energy just really being focused towards creating and nurturing and growing. And it's just a really beautiful energy this week, group 2. You had those 2 aces on the end as well. The 9 of Cups looks over to them. So this week you're really looking to new beginnings. You're looking to welcome something into your world. The new things that you're engaging in and the ways in which you're connecting to your intuition, you might be doing some literal spell work here. They're going to bring you a lot of fulfillment and manifestation of the things you really want. Deepening of connections, manifesting a special connection potentially, but also manifesting potentially a work situation for yourself that's very fulfilling, and it's based on creativity and expression rather than slugging out hours for dollars sort of thing. There's a real change happening here. I do feel like you're already quite accomplished in many areas. You're very successful, supported and financial. I do feel that in this energy. You've got what it takes to attract more abundance and continue growing in that way. I do see here as well, actually a change of career, but it's a subtle and gentle change. You're sort of looking into ways that you can expand and sort of branch off by yourself. Maybe you're already part of a big company and you're wanting to maybe make your own business, or just, sort of looking at your needs. It feels so true. It feels so beautiful. It feels so needed that it's actually like really, wow, I feel like I'm kind of overwhelmed at this, how it is that you're looking at your own needs, how you're actually talking to yourself, how you're responding to yourself. It's kind of overwhelming, like you're really being there for you, and I love it so much. So in the challenge, we've got the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Cups. That's interesting. We got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups here, new beginning, and what's in the challenge is the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the 8 of Wands as well. This one just feels like it actually matches the Oracle card that's sat above it. I trust my intuition, and that's probably the challenge when it sits like that too. Like this magic that you're pulling in, this thing that you're engaging in, this new way of being, this modality you're learning, whatever it is, you really need to trust your intuition, especially with all these Pisces cards. Damn. You are so intuitive. Okay, so 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 8 of Wands. So the challenge may be changing direction or changing partnerships with a certain thing. So like I saw before, there might be a change of career happening here. How do I make that happen? How do I do that so it benefits everyone? There may be a change in partnerships in many ways. What I'm actually seeing here as well is a change in potential beliefs or limiting beliefs, and becoming more of a partner with spirit, becoming more of a partner with self, with your intuition, marrying those 2 parts of yourself a lot deeper. Following through with the things that you've started, finishing them. I do have the 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and that follows on from the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, there may be challenge with change. There may be varied opinions around you of what's going to happen, or how things will work out, or what should be happening. Maybe disagreements with certain people in your life. That could be the case for you. Let's clarify some of this challenge energy though. You see the 8 of Swords and the Devil. All right, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. For some of you may have a partner who might be a little bit worried about like a career change, and what is that going to mean, and is it all going to work out? Or you might be that person who's worried about, you know, am I going to still be financially successful if I follow my dreams in this way that doesn't maybe make sense, but I just feel called to do that. The Knight of Pentacles here, like, is it going to take a really long time to build the stability and success that I want to see? There may be a lot of fears and stress around the practicalities of things and how it's all going to turn out. But what I'm seeing here, wow, whoa, amazing. What I'm actually, and how did that get there? Oh, I shuffled a bit, that's right. That happens, don't mind me. Wow, this is amazing. This is definitely career change talk, or like just big life changes. So you might be, you know, needing to juggle 2 things at once, like your old you and the new you, or whatever this is. You may need to study, you may like some things to release too. Putting yourself out there, learning new things, perhaps engaging in a school or taking a certain course or something. Waiting to see your expansion, waiting to let yourself grow into this these new strengths, these new abilities, answering the calling with judgment, answering it and like following through with those guidances, releasing toxic environments and situations, and woo. All right, anyway, put them down. What will help with the challenge? the Magician. I was going to say the Emperor. I should consider it, being your own authority. Anyway, your own boss. So 5 of Pentacles and then Page of Swords. What's going to help is learning and studying. Leaving no stone unturned. Doing what is required to get the information you need to build success. So the center here is the 5 of Pentacles, which tells me there is, and when we saw the 8 of Swords too, you know, and I trust my intuition directly above the 8 of Wands. Like, this is really talking about overcoming self-doubt, because the spirit is guiding you. It's like pointing you towards the Magician. Go this way. And you're like second guessing yourself. Like, oh, I'm not so sure if I can do this, or I don't know if this is right for me. You may have a lot of curiosities about how things are going to work out. You know, there's certainly a lot of the unknown here that is quite scary. And I was just heard debilitating at times, so maybe it is debilitating at times. 7 of Cups, what do I do? Where do I go? Maybe you're overwhelmed for choice. The right thing will be before you. You will know the right thing to do just by taking one step at a time. That'll reveal the next step. The Fool, try new things, learn new things, become curious, follow those curiosities. Okay, further guidance, you have the Knight of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the Hanged Man. So from the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords, so you might be getting quite intense with your studies. Things might go a little deep for you. There might be a lot to organize. There may be a lot to do, a lot of mental strain, maybe while you're also juggling other facets of life as well. In the 9 of Cups here, it's like all of this hard work and all of this high velocity energy. It's certainly going to take you where you want to go. There may be just a need to just ease a little bit your way through with the Hanged Man here. Trust that what you need will be before you when you're on the right track. Everything you need is before you. The Hanged Man can be a surrendering energy, especially if you're overthinking and trying to work it out too much. Maybe like if you're really struggling with the study side of things or the logic behind things, then maybe go and do something else with your body. Like a yoga session can bring a lot of clarity and transmute old energy. But also just using your hands or doing something practical to help ground some of that intuition and some of that information that's whirling around. You have got major wish fulfillment here. There is something stressful to go through for you to get there though, but that will be worth it. Let's see. More sunlight would be wonderful. More sunlight in your home space, in your workspace. Let sunlight cleanse the home or the bedrooms. Like let it have a good sweep through the house. If there's a room in the house that stays dark, just felt like that was important. With the 8 of, oh hell yes, I was going to spare them. The 8 of Pentacles, that's what we want to see. And the Wheel of Fortune and the underlying energy of this card. So this is you not being distracted. You're working with spirit's helpers. You know, you're not worrying about what other people are up to. This is no distraction energy. This is just follow you. Do what you're called to do. Keep following what you need to do, because you're so blessed and supported on this journey, and it's part of your evolution. So the outcome for the tarot is the 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. So another autumn representation with release. So that was quite nice. So beautiful, beautiful colours. But with the 4 of Wands in the outcome, this is about your spiritual journey and not rushing it. It's about taking your time and learning how to be of service. That's what it really is about here, I really believe. It's about learning how to be of service in a way that is balanced and fair and true and authentic. Your outcome shows a lot more time for rest and meditation. Again, I'm seeing a home space with sunlight, so maybe if you've got a home office you work from, try and let a bit of cleanliness and energy through that space, airflow and sun. There's a few mentions here of a celebration, a birthday or a gathering that's very close on the horizon. So happy birthday if that's you, or just hope you enjoy that celebration because it's certainly here. But yeah, here the outcome for you is your journey and finding your way nice and gently and detaching from the things that don't really support you on that way, and finding what they are gently. Everything here is about flow and ease, and it's the subtle energies. So let's move into the oracle cards that are just as amazing, because we have Pisces, sensitize, and then balance, spirituality, practicality, full moon in Pisces. And then we had flow as well, which is another full moon. So this, and the flow is very connected to that Pisces energy of allowing things to just flow around you, no resistance. And also with the release here as well, I feel like that's about allowing old beliefs that you may have had to be released, so that you can have greater understanding of things. Limiting beliefs you might have had. Just allow yourself to release old ideals and things so that you can be taught new things, because there's something here that you're really something the universe wants to teach you, that you want to learn. You're an engaged student, I feel, and the more you can release old ideals, the more it'll support what you're trying to learn. Just going with the flow, and it's a beautiful direction, so you really can trust the flow of things. There's no need for resistance here. We have also energy work, which was like, come on, how much more do you guys, how many more cards do you need in that realm? Like you might be working on, like we've already said, developing your intuition or your energy work. You might be learning a certain modality that is a healing modality. You might be working with your own chakras right now. We have use your hands as well, which is a kind of that card, balance practicality with spirituality. And it's also a bit of Eight of Pentacles vibe. She's literally doing pottery. Maybe that's something you want to do or try. Or just making anything with your hands. Then it might be an idea you had last week. Follow through with that idea. With the Eight of Wands there, sometimes makes me think about ideas we had but we didn't really see them through. And it's encouragement there to see that through. We have compassion, even more Pisces-like energy, very watery, caring, empathy, acceptance and gentleness. Gentleness and acceptance of yourself as you go through this journey and this process. No pressure, please. No pressure on you. And then some self-care prompts. You have set boundaries. It's a great way to put yourself first, and that's really what you're doing. And that's what, like, I think you're doing that in a compassionate way, in a gentle way, and that's probably what I was getting overwhelmed at before. Like, it just feels so right. It feels good. You've got sleep and rest. Four of Swords is in the outcome as well, so definitely meeting those needs, sleep and rest, and the quality of it. Fresh sheets. Crystal healing. What aren't you dabbling in, group 2? And I trust my intuition. So let's get your pendulum question. I know some people like to tell me how to use a pendulum around here, but I'll use it in my own way. I'm just saying. Alrighty, so let's see. Yes, please. As always, that is yes, thank you. And can I see a no? Thank you. So the answer to group 2's question they're holding in their heart. Can we get a yes or a no? And that is a yes, group 2. I hope that answer is supportive to you. I probably should have said at the start, use discernment with these tools. And I probably should have also said, if you didn't want to know the answer, then don't do it. But anyway, there it is. The answer was a yes from the pendulum. I hope that was supportive. And that is what I have for you, group 2. So yeah, I hope this reading has given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. If you're after a private reading, you can book that in the description box below. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading if you've chosen the angel and the pussycat. Pussycat is strawberry quartz and the angel is, what is it again? Obsidian. All right, so, and when I keep going to say the owl and the pussycat, so that might be a relevant nursery rhyme for you. And I'm also using the Tarot of the Divine, which is full of, you know, fables and stories of childhood. So there could be some relevance there for you. But the strawberry pussycat, the strawberry quartz, is a powerful love stone, giving a lot of comfort during times of stress around change. And also that message of perhaps an angel watching over you. There may be a past loved one here who's watching over you during this transition and this change you're going through here too. So, little pussycat there, follow your instincts, trust your instincts. Someone is watching over you. You're very protected. Feel that here. And as we jump into your reading, there is a sadness here. So I'm not surprised you've got loved ones around you supporting you in spirit, because we have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and Judgment here. So there has been a great loss in the recent past. It could be a more distant past, but there has been a great sense of loss with the Five of Cups. There's a very big sadness that may have led to a depression or just a really hard time with the Nine of Wands that was perhaps been really hard to dig yourself out of. You might be still in the process of that. You might be feeling a little exhausted. And Judgment is here as well, which tells me that there's realizations to be had through all of this. So you are perhaps gaining some insight through this challenge, and also feeling guided. With that Judgment there, I'd feel like there's this situation will push you towards more illumination, more understanding, more awareness, further into your own awakening. And I feel here, especially with that Judgment, the angel, it's like you're really guided. Usually at the Judgment card is an angel's trumpet, heralding Judgment Day, or a time to answer that calling. And Judgment is here in your current energy. And then the next card, it even matches in color. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So I also see here that the change is out of your hands. So if this Five of Cups is pertaining to the loss of a loved one, then it's to say that the way the circle of life turns and it is out of our hands at times. We also have Strength here as well in the current energy. So this is a time for you to be holding very strong and looking after yourself, because change is afoot. There's a new beginning happening for you. There's something, it honestly feels like some sense of a reset potentially that you may not feel right now, but you will. A renewal, a sense of renewal will come, and that might be relieving to hear, because you might be looking forward to that sense of renewal. But what I'm seeing here in the week ahead is still some challenge as you move through this energy. The Six of Swords came reversed, which is telling me that it may be hard to let go of things from the past. It may be hard to move forward or let yourself move forward when you might be still wanting to, you might be still stuck in a depression or feeling really heavy and not feeling that lightness to be able to move forward. So the Six of Swords is reversed. But Strength is there, which also tells me that, you know, and Death on the other side, which tells me that you are in the transformation process. So although it may be murky and dark right now, you're still moving through this process, regardless if it feels like you're not and you're staying still. There's a lot to think about from the past. You may be playing old conversations over in your head and old memories quite a lot this week. You may be processing the loss of somebody with death here. But there's a lot of change that happens as a result of this. We have the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles here as well. So for some, this may bring up complications with other people, a need to defend yourself with the Seven of Wands, a need to defend your lifestyle choices potentially, or the direction of your life and the way it's headed and what you want for yourself. Maybe different, you may be varied opinions around you about things. There's a need for real transparency and honesty with people with regards to what you want, and no fear in going for that. It's an interesting reading this week, Group 3. It does feel like I'm not even sure what it feels like, to be honest with you. So you might feel a little disconnected to your own feelings in this. I'm actually noticing now there is the Five of Cups, but what other cups are really here? I'm finding it hard to connect to my feelings. So that might be you too, potentially. There's definitely a difference in how I've felt from each group this week. There's a difference in all three groups for sure. I want to make sense of that and to know what it means to feel this way or to not feel this way. So maybe that's also where you're at. You're wanting to know what does it mean. And that kind of brings me up here to the challenge as well. The Fool, the High Priestess, and the Tower. 3 major arcanas in the challenge, which tells me this is out of your hands. Again, it's the Wheel of Life, the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, the Strength. Like all of these cards are so big. You've got massive major arcanas in this reading. So this is about the bigger picture of your life and it being out of your hands. The Fool, the High Priestess, the Tower is, I feel like, trying to make sense of something that happened, that there is no answers to these things. For some things there is no answers in that way, if that makes sense. You might be really struggling with that idea and trying to find some information that's eluding you. The High Priestess here in the Tower, something has been destroyed or something has ended. This could have been catastrophic and very out of the blue, very shocking, completely unexpected. Did not see it coming, that sort of thing. For others with the High Priestess here, you may have had a premonition about this. Maybe you did see it coming, but there was no confirmation. There's also things here unknown and unseen, and there's a lot of mystery to the situation. So there's there's questions left unanswered. There's a lot you'd like to know from the universe about this. Starting things afresh, starting anew might be the challenge as well. Going and trying new things and letting yourself have a new chapter. That sense of renewal, I said, you may not feel it now, but it is coming. That might be that challenge, is embracing that sense of renewal that you may not feel yet. What will help with the challenge? We have the 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands, the Knight of Coins. Going for a victory here, moving forward slowly but surely is what I want to say here with the Knight of Pentacles. It's not major movement forward, but the 8 of Wands is. So some things what I feel like is some areas of life are rocketing forward. There's lots of energy going in that direction. There's no real worries there, but there might be other areas of life that are a lot slower to move or a lot slower to get that momentum or the building happening, because there is a new beginning here as well. There's a sense of inexperience in something too, that you will develop your experience as you go. Letting yourself be seen for the work that you're doing. You might be an artist of some kind, so putting your work out there, not being afraid to show what you're made of or what you're capable of. Definitely feels like it's time to embrace new talents or harness talents within yourself to make something even more powerful. We have the Ace of Coins on the bottom of the deck, so this is certainly new beginning energy. You've got a fair few oracle cards that speak to that as well. We'll get to those soon, but definitely let yourself be seen. You're going for a victory and letting your body move as well with the 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Now I see a couple of things here. This could be about joining a certain group, whether it's an online group or a group in your neighborhood, whatever it is that gets your body moving or gets your creative juices flowing. I'm definitely feeling collective energy in this, so that might be something that's really good for you as well. Or putting your art out there online, or putting yourself out there. But no rush about it either. Like the Knight of Pentacles, it's like let your passions fuel the direction you head, and then marry that with some nice practical planning and stability and organization. To-do lists are your friend. So further guidance, we have the 9 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the 3 of Coins. Similar to that energy there as well, and especially with the Ace of Wands being a paintbrush. You might be a painter. The 9 of Pentacles, beautiful independent energy. I feel like a lot of you may live on your own. I feel that just quickly when I saw that. So maybe not everyone, but just certainly someone I was connecting to. Living on your own and being quite okay with that. Living a sort of different lifestyle. Or maybe some of you have moved out of a situation where you now are living on your own. But what I see here is to embrace that independence. Embrace your own unique talents. And also acknowledge how much you've actually currently already got in your life. Although I do see there is a sadness and a loss here. That's for sure. But there's also a lot of abundance around you too. There is. And with the Three of Pentacles here, this might be like an art class, or like I said before, like some sort of community group. This is teamwork and collaborations. But there's also independence too. So, you know, I feel like there might be a need to balance the super independent energy you have with grouping up with other people and learning different things. And I think that's also represented here in the outcome, actually. Now I see it. We've got the Hermit, the Three of Cups, and the Empress. Taurus, Virgo, Libra energy here. I see Leo as well, and Scorpio. I didn't mention it before, but it's all good. Sagittarius is here, and so is Aries. The big four, Aquarius and yeah, Taurus and all them, you know the ones. So yeah, what am I? The outcome, the Hermit, the Three of Cups. So see this that same energy of the Hermit being isolated and alone, and then the Three of Cups of, you know, coming together with people, with the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. You may like to separate yourself from the crowd sometimes just to get a little peace, and that's okay. I resonate with that. You need some time out. But I do see more friendships coming in for you here too, though. And a chance for you to be nurtured and loved and heard and respected. With the Queen, with the Empress here as well, I feel like after a time of maybe being alone and sorting through some things that you want to sort through, I do see things improving for you. I see new friends coming in, really enriching connections, and just fulfillment in your life in general. The more art and the more, you know, things you engage in that are fulfilling to you, that look after you. It feels like a really general reading, if that makes sense. Like a really could be about anything and everything all at once. It kind of feels like sweet in its simplicity, but also sadly complex in another way. I don't know. It's interesting, group 3. I hope it makes sense. But anyway, let's go to the oracles. We have our first card was Aries, Act number 1 as well. So I really love that because we also have that new beginning vibes, right? We see that a lot here with the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, Death and the Six of Swords reversed, and Strength. So really having that strength to release yourself from something that you may not have had control over, to move through that death portal, that process, to, you know, do what you need to do to honor your own emotions and feelings, but also moving towards a bigger picture outcome as well. Anyway, where am I here? I'm just rereading the tarot for some reason. Aries, Act, and this is it. That's the Ace of Wands. That's the Ace of Pentacles. Like, do that thing, build that strength, go for that walk. Like, start today, start small, just do it, just start. We've got a new beginning energy here. You've also got a new and a full moon. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. That is very adventurous energy. So maybe you'd like to plan a trip as well. You've got surrender to the divine full moon. So something culminating that may be out of your control. Surrendering to that. We have throat chakra and relationships came out together. Your group really wanted to get lots of extra cards, and I didn't take all of them because there was so many extras that wanted to really, like with the oracles, come through. You got more than the others, but anyway, these two came together. Throat chakra and relationships. There may be a need to be honestly communicating with someone that you might have a strained relationship with, but then also connections with people that you can be intimate with and people that you can trust to be open with, and that they're going to hear you as well. I think it's also about listening to the other people around you. Throat chakra is not only about expressing yourself clearly, but it's also about receiving that information as well. So yeah, there is a need to deepen relationships and communicate more with the people that mean a lot to you, and also seeking out more connections that are in alignment. They're more supportive for you if that's what you're needing. A whole bunch of self-care from 2 different decks here, or 3 different decks. So there's so many that came out, so that makes me think that you just need all the care, and anything that you can do for yourself right now to look after you and be there for you will be beneficial. Anything you can think of, not just limited to these cards, but these cards do have build strength. You might like to go for a walk. Like I said, start small, start today, just start and start a routine of it. You will feel so much better for doing so. Soak in the bath. You might like to use some beautiful smelly aromatherapy oils, something beautiful, a bath bomb, some flowers, crystals around the edge, candles. There's so many beautiful things. Bit of music, like make it really nourishing for yourself. You have financial goals. So there is, when I do look back here, there is a message of financial struggle or strain. It's kind of hard to put my finger on. Maybe it's not the most important thing here right now, but there is something like, I feel this sense of, I would like more stability in the future. I'd like to have a little bit more abundance, or I'd like to be a little bit more, you know, organized or structured or something. So some subtle changes that you might be, you know, thinking about, some budget changes that will be supportive for that bigger picture. I feel like it's a stirring on the inside. We have the sacral chakra. You had a few chakra cards that actually wanted to come out. I think I also saw, what was solar plexus, I think, as well. The sacral chakra is the creativity. You know, it is the Ace of Wands energy. It's actually quite beautiful color match there. It's your healthy expression of your emotions, of your sexuality. You have nutrition, and I like that. We also had build strength, so really nourishing the body, and the bath as well. Like really look after you on a very fundamental level. Look after yourself. Get a massage. After all of that hard work and healthy eating, go and massage those sore muscles. Clarify your desires, cut through the confusion, and use your intuition to guide you. And you had I am sacred. That's your personal power this week. And I am sacred card often comes out when you're feeling less than, or you feel like somebody has maybe disrespected you, or it's sort of that place where maybe you've taken such a big blow from life that you've got no other choice but to just go within at this point and look after yourself and realize that you are worthy of so much care and love. And maybe the universe right now is not showing up in that way, or whatever is not showing up in that way, but you can, and you are sacred, and that this is your personal power to acknowledge that and treat yourself as though. So group 3, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it has given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box below. And that being said, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Bye, group 3.